Hello. Uh, you can hear me okay? This is the first time I've done this properly. So, first of all, Merry Christmas. Hope you're all ready for the fat man coming. And that's not me. Um, yeah, so I just wanted to do today. One thing we've got today is we've got a draw. So, this is the Lichfield video I did. So, there's some memberships coming. There's 5 memberships I'm drawing out. So I want to do that on live streams just so you can see it's all legit. Plus, I thought it's a good opportunity for us to have a little chat and kind of figure out what's going to go on. If there's any problems with the sound or anything, let me know. I'm through a mic here. I think it's all working okay. Right. So I thought to start with, I would get some questions, which I have on here somewhere. Where are we? There we go. So first of all, actually, apologies about the mess behind me. I'm doing some work at home. You can see there's plasterboard up there somewhere. There's all sorts all dotted around in here. This has become the dumping ground in the middle here. So, Steve M7868, can canals those that hold water help reduce with flooding? Yes, they can. So, it can basically move water from areas to streams, and rivers and stuff with spillways. Canals very rarely flood. The only time you really see them flooding is when the rivers flood up to them and over the like river locks and stuff. You don't see many canals flooding. Do I have, and sorry, Justin George, do I have plans to visit the Shrewsbury? Yep, I am visiting the junction at Wappenshaw with the works going on there between Christmas and New Year. Lancaster, I've been looking at and doing some research. I plan to do next year as well. I'm going to spend some time Liverpool and Manchester area. There's quite a lot sort of going on there, and travel up to Lancaster at the same time, I believe. I'd like to do some more on the Manchester, Bolton and Bury, some on the Manchester, Bolton and Bury Canal, as well as some other bits. Anderton boat lift. If I have time over New Year, I'll do that on the way back from a Rochdale video I'm doing with Stephen Parker. I've never gone up it myself either, so I plan to. Yeah, it'd be quite good to go that if I can get it up there in any way. Steve Bernard, commercial enterprises on the Canal network and how they could work. So I've done a bit of reading up on this. It's not something I'm that knowledgeable on, but what they can do is, if you look at, there's a canal in France and they have short stubby locks, but they're quite wide. And what they do is they take a boat in 2 halves, almost like a tug and a butty. You used to have a powered boat and then just a boat full of goods. And what you do is you split it in half, take it into the locks in 2 parts, pull it in, and then go up. So you could do that on the Canal network. That's something I've sort of spoke before on posts. It would be quite a good idea. The other thing that they're doing, there is a company that is starting to buy boats up. I can't remember what they're called. I shared again on Facebook earlier in the year. I think it's a good idea, especially down the sort of broader canals where you can carry a lot more goods. There could be the opportunity of taking like wide beams down and then dragging the like a butty up after, and then doing that. So you can have quite long boats taking a lot of goods. It's 7 times more fuel efficient to do by boat than it is by car or by lorry. So it is something that should be done. It's just the logistics and the costs of paying someone to take a boat through. You know, you've got to have someone on there 24 hours a day, really. Yeah, right. So sorry, my wife's just turned up after she's supposed to be out. Yeah. So any questions that you want, please do put in the comments. Be good to see what you would like to see. I'm currently editing a few videos at the moment. I've got a Hafton one ready to go, which will come in the new year some point. I've got another Lichfield one, which I've just finished editing. I've got Shrewsbury and Newport I'm doing Wappenshaw, and I'm going to do Crickheath Basin on the Monty and a new bit down in there. I'm going to do that over Christmas. Rochdale. I've got what else have I got in editing? Hang on, let me have a look. Stafford Riverway Link I went to visit the other day. That's a fantastic project going on. And I'm currently doing half filmed a best of 2024 like I did for 2023 as well. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I will do the draw. I'm going to draw 5 names out the hat for, so this is for memberships, a year-long membership to the Lichfield Canal. I've got them all ready to go in here. All right. So the first name is Ashley Lane 4617. Congratulations. I will put a comment on your entry and then hopefully you'll see that and get a hold of me. But my email is courtabovethecut@yahoo.com. I've got to check that now, which I'll put in the comments as well. Yeah, yahoo.com. Let me just type that in there. Hopefully you can see that. So if you get pulled out, then yeah, let me know and we will sort it out. So I'll pay for your membership, but you'll deal with the trust about all your details. So Tomic Mike is the second one. Giuseppe won on the last one as well. So that's a membership to the Wilts Sandbarks and the Lichfield. Well done. Jodel DK. I'm not too sure if I pronounced that right. Is the fourth one. Congratulations. And the fifth one, Paul Kent 74000. I think 7400. I believe he won on the Wilson Bucks as well. So congratulations. So yeah, I will put comments and please do let me know. And then email me and we'll do everything from there. I've got, oh, here we go. Got a question. So it's about sunken boats. See people who are liveaboards who do YouTube channels. There's a lot of narrowboat channels out there, and it's about sunken boats that have been there for 4 years. Do CRT remove them? The biggest problem for CRT is they haven't got a huge amount of money, and that's to do with all the funding issues in the network at the moment. The network's worth over £6 billion to local economies, health and wellbeing, and all that lot. And the government give it's about 40 million, I think, it's going down to. So they've only got a certain amount of money to maintain the network. And the problem is, if they don't have an owner for the boat, they've got no one who's going to pay for it, and they can't pay for it. And there's also legal issues with removing boats without sort of permission by people as well. So I'm not 100% sure on all the intricacies of it, but it's not as simple as just removing a boat. It's you got to jump through some hoops to do so. I suppose much like when there's a car abandoned on the side of the road, they've got to try and find who the owner is and who's abandoned it to charge them, really. So yeah. Did I have any more questions? I don't think there were any more. I thought there was some on Facebook, but I can't find them. Oh, that's my dog. You probably met him on some of the earlier videos, if you can see him. Trying to get through the mess. I tried to clear the sides up as much as possible before the video. So yeah, next year I need to do a bit more southern stuff because I've done quite a lot of northern stuff. The Way in Arran is a canal that I'm really fascinated by. It's got a good history. It was kind of built and then pointless because it was built for the Napoleonic Wars to bring goods down, and then it ended the year before the canal was opened. So there's quite a few things on there, but I need to explore it first. And I've got a good friend, Doug, who I went to school with. I lived near that way for a while, and he wants to meet up and do some stuff on the Basingstoke as well. So well, he lives by the Basingstoke Canal, so I'll do some stuff there. Cotswolds, there's going to be a lot happening next year. It's going to be, hopefully, if they can sort landowner issues out, there will be lots of digging being done down there. Maybe a new lock started, and all the visit centre they've got planning for this year. Hereford and Gloucester have got some good projects coming up this year, so we want to get onto some of those. And then sort of around Birmingham, Lichfield, who are always like steamrolling ahead with stuff. They've got basically 2 years. This is one of the videos I've got filmed. It's about 18 months to 2 years worth of projects, which include about half a mile of canal, as well as bridges and locks and all sorts. So yeah. Any more questions? Don't be shy. I just want to thank the Lichfield Canal as well. If you don't know, I was made an ambassador this year, and that's quite a big honour to a canal that's doing so much, and not just for the actual canal channel, but all the nature side and stuff they're doing as well. There's canal parks and all sorts all through. It's an honour to be associated with the canal. So thank you very much for that. You can see on my board there, I'm pointing at my screen. Where's my hand going there? That's all my subscriber count and how it's gone. So I started my first video. I'm not too sure if this was one of the plumbing ones or the because originally my channel was a business channel. It was plumbing and heating stuff and bathrooms, and the canal stuff was a bit of an accident. So I got my drone. It wasn't this one. This is my new drone. I got the drone to do inspections for my plumbing business, and I took it down my local canal, which is the Wilson Barks, to practice flying, because I thought I can follow the canal home if I lose the drone, because you've got the screen on. So they kind of came by accident. It was Paul Whitewick that convinced me to change my channel into a canal channel and rebrand it, go away from the Escort Plumbing, which is my business, and towards the canal stuff. So my first video, I think, was those ones, which was 21st of June 22. And it was about a year after that I rebranded. So it took me 9 months to get my first 1,000. And then 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 2 months. Then it's been loads. This year I've got 11.1 thousand subscribers compared to what I had before the year. So I've got 15.5 now. So it's done really well. Right. Lichfield and Hatherton. Do I have spare time to rest? Well, I run a business. So I've got a plumbing and heating firm. I did have staff. I've gone down to just myself now, partly because of the YouTube stuff. It was a bit of a nightmare going away and having to juggle a business as well. But yeah, I've got 2 young kids. I've got a 4 and a 6-year-old and a wife who you might have just seen in the background. No is the answer to that. I'm either here on my editing, I'm out filming, I'm working, or I'm on my phone researching and emailing and stuff. I don't like stopping. I'm one of those people that I sit there. If I sit there with nothing to do, I'm just like this all the time. I can't. I've got too much energy. A lot of energy for a fat man. Come and see the Neath and Tennant. Yeah, I plan to. That's been on my list for a while. I've been past it a couple of times. Going to Bluestones with the kids. I went there a few times last year, but I've never had the opportunity to actually stop and have a look at it. So they are canals near Swansea. There's a bit of restoration going on down there, but they had, like they said, Paul Kent, there's a very interesting history. What's my favourite canal? It's like asking what your favourite child is, isn't it? You can't answer that. Well, the Lichfield, because of the sheer amount of hard work that goes into it, both for the volunteers, people behind the scenes, they do an incredible job. They really do. It's a fantastic canal to follow. But then the Wilson Barks is what got me into canals. I used to volunteer down at Pewsham Locks on. So there's 3 locks there. You've probably seen my videos, as well as some canal and stuff. And I was mainly moving stuff, bricks and logs, and chopping logs and all that, or getting in the canal in September sort of time, clearing reeds. But yeah, so they are my local canal. That's what got me interested in canals. And I had a bit of a issue a few years ago, mental health issue. And sitting by the canal down at Pewsham, it's this really beautiful section with a tree line on either side. It's a lovely canopy. It's so peaceful down there. That's part of what got me through. I have some very good friends, but just getting out into the middle of nowhere, into nature, and just relaxing and chilling was a massive thing. I met my wife about that time as well, so she helped loads as well. She's still here. I can hear her. I thought she'd gone back out. No worries, Lichfield. Thank you for all the hard work you all do. Come on, get some more questions in. Otherwise, I'm going to have to stop this and then have to talk to my wife. Thank you also for all the super thanks. I do coffee now, KOFI it's called. This doesn't make a lot of money. It's starting to make money, but up until this point, it's been a very, very expensive hobby. The equipment isn't cheap. Give me a second, I'll ask her. I don't know if she will. Lichfield and Hefferton can get my wife to come and say hello. What was I saying? Sorry. Oh yeah, so thank you for all the super thanks and all that lot. There's super chat on here if you want to donate as well. It all helps to pay for stuff, hotel rooms and stuff. At the moment, it's making me about 200 to 250 a month. But if I go away for a day, that costs me like 150 quid for hotels and food and driving and stuff. Camera equipment, the drone cost me £1,000 with the kit nearly in a year and all sorts. So thank you very much for all your support. Yes, funnily enough, Ian Nicol, my friend, he was born in Aberdeen, and I was talking to him one day, texting him, and I was messaging him asking if he knew about anything up there, because I knew it was there, but I didn't know much about it. He just didn't have a clue. He's in his 50s now. I might be insulting him there. And he had no idea it was there. But there are sections. It was built on by the railway quite a bit, but there are sections you can still see where it was. I would like to get up to Scotland. The problem is it's a long way. I mean, I'm going up to like north of Manchester to Rochdale, and that's about a 3.5 hour drive for me just to get there. So yeah, I plan to go to Scotland, but I need to spend like 3 or 4 days there really to make use of doing all the bits and pieces they've got up there. Paul Menton, a massive supporter of mine. Thank you so much for the I guess it's called a super chat. This one. Thank you very much for your donation. It's very much appreciated. Hang on a second. Beth? Yeah. Someone wants to see you on camera. Why? Why? She doesn't. She's beautiful. There she is in her Christmas jumper. The camera's up there.
No. Bye.
Yeah, so that's Beth, my wife. She's brilliant. She allows me to follow my hobbies, which take a lot of time up. So yeah, thank you to her. She's not ever going to watch this. She has no interest in canals whatsoever. Right, any more? Today I've got a video going live where I'm going to give out memberships as well. So at 5 o'clock normal time, it's a premiere. It's called. So I think I can give 10 memberships away to my members area. So if you're not a member, make sure you're watching during that. It's how long is it? I think it's 13 minutes to tonight's one. Got to see me trying to think now, haven't you? I don't know where it says how long it is. I think it's 13 minutes. So I know 11 minutes. So it's not a massive one. Yeah, so I'll give them out. Shropshire Union past Chester to the ports. There's a lot of weed in it. Heidi from the pirate boat had a lot stuck around a prop. It's like the stuff that CRT are trying to deal with. They have. I was up at Chester, but I only did a very, very small section where there was if you didn't see the video, there was a planned route originally going from Poncasolfte Aqueduct, was going to go up through Treffer and up through various other areas and join on to the Chester Canal, which I went off to all up that route. And so I only did a small section. I didn't know it's weed, but CRT are dealing with a case and they've been introducing weevils. I'll see if I can find it. They did post about it very recently. So if I can find it, I'll share it on my Facebook page. But But yeah, they've been introducing these weevils, and the weevils eat the weed, and they breed like mad. They're absolutely they're randy little buggers. Here we go. Yeah, so this year we've made it our mission to protect and enhance our waterways. Over 1,000 weevils released at sites like Dore End Canal and Walsall Canal. I remember going up on the Walsall Canal and noticing how bad it was there actually. So it's floating pennywort, which is what they're trying to get rid of. They've been using dredgers to lift it, but the problem is that you clear it and it's back within seconds. It multiplies so quickly. So when you introduce the weevils, it produces a constant supply of food from them. They just eat their way through it. And I'll share this post now. So if you're on my Facebook page, you'll see it now. That is incredible how clear that canal's gone. So they are doing something about it, yeah. I've heard of Heidi from the pirate boat, but I haven't seen the video, so I don't know if that's the same thing. I don't think I can show pictures onto here, unfortunately. No. Okay, any more? Go on, give me some questions. I like talking if you haven't noticed. Where would you like to see me go next year? Where else would you like to see me go? Is there any canals that I've been doing you'd like me to do more on? Hereford and Gloucester is one that I'm going to do more on. I haven't really touched them this year, but they've got quite a lot going on. Sorry, dog again. Cotswold has been a bit quieter this year than normal, so I'll do some more on that. What's your Christmas wish for canals? Elon Musk decides he wants to invest in canals and just gives everyone all the money they need. I don't know how much money they all need. I know Wilson Barks is like 360 million. I don't know how much of Lichfield and Huffins are. Yeah, so you can imagine just a small chunk of his wealth, how far that would go to restoring the canal network. The other one would actually be to bring goods onto the canal. So actually, he might ruin him like he did with Twitter. That's very true as well. I'm quite a big fan of all the space stuff. I follow all the SpaceX stuff and then what they're doing, and it's incredible what they're doing. It's the same with robotics and the Boring Company and all sorts. But he's had some questionable things happen lately, hasn't he, with Twitter and all that lot. Yeah, pocket change from Musk, exactly. I reckon, I don't know how much it would cost, but £1 billion would probably cover. It would cover. So Wilson Barks is the biggest in the country. So if you take that into account, it's I think it's 72 miles with branches. Lichfield is 7 miles. So say they've got quite a bit to do, big jobs, but you could probably restore each one for 30-40 million, I guess. So that's a lot of canal to restore. Yeah, I have seen a new electric narrowboat. It says a YouTuber goes around with a green one. I can't remember their name. Quite good videos, actually. Very interesting. I don't know if the network is ready for everyone to do it, but part of the issue with a lot of boaters is dirty diesel engines, and in the towns and stuff, people don't like it, as well as burning wood. But if wood's dry, it's actually quite clean. So going electric over the next couple of decades or whatever would probably clean up the canals to how people see them quite a lot. So yeah, it's a good idea. And I think if we can get over the battery issue, back to Elon Musk, apparently he's found this new way of doing without lithium. So if that can be done, then maybe electric boats would have a much better future as well as with electric cars and stuff. So yeah. What else we got? Any more questions? I just want to say as well, thanks to Dave Maloney. So Dave Maloney was the chair of the MCC, which is the Malcolmshire, Chippenham and Cowan branch of the Wilson Barks Canal. He's been there for 9 years and he's retired this year. He's just been taken, so Howard Wilson's taken his role. But Dave was very influential in the beginning of the channel to help me to get access to stuff, basically. So I knew him quite well. I support the trust in other ways now, materials and stuff. So the carpenter's workshop that's being built at the moment at Pewsham, I'm supplying I'm fitting the boiler and I'm fitting the toilets and stuff for them. But I've managed to support them with manufacturers. Alpha Boilers have supplied a boiler for free, an LPG boiler, as have Ideal Standard have supplied a DocM pack. DocM is disabled toilet stuff, so it's higher toilets, bars, basins, and all that lot. Yeah, so Dave's always looked after me because of that, and he did help at the beginning of this channel. So happy retirement, Dave. He's still going to volunteer, but he's not going to be doing the running the whole thing now. He's helping. I think he's continuing with the Peter Barham stuff. But he's done an amazing job over the last 9 years, so thank you. Chloe as well on the Swindon section, I want to thank. She's been fantastic as well. Gets me to development meetings and stuff like that, so I get to see the canal being dug out and stuff, which I wouldn't be able to get access to. So big thank you to that. Christine Howe on the Lichfield, huge help, messages me nearly daily about stuff that's going on. Fantastic, thank you so much. And if you want to be on a video title, as I said, you can be on one. Have you tracked how many miles you traveled while making your videos? What, driven? No. I mean, I drove up to Chesterfield 3 times within the space of about 6 days, 7 days. I went up to film, how far is Chesterfield? I went up to film the bridge lift, which then didn't happen. So I went home. So that is, it's actually just a bit above Chesterfield. Let me find, there we go there. Let me try and get directions to that. How far is that? So that's 179 miles each way. Yeah, so I did that. The lift was cancelled whilst I was there, so I drove back. That was on the Friday. Got the call on the Sunday. Yeah, it's happened on the Monday, I think it was. So I went back up that evening, came back, and then saw they were doing an archaeological dig and they found this basin. So I drove back up and came back down again as well. So if you take that into account and the amount of trips I've made up to Lichfield, Manchester, Cromford, North Wales, up to onto Llangollen and the Monty and stuff, it's thousands and thousands of miles. Yeah, I like driving, so I'm not too fussed about that. But it is hard work being away from my kids for the evening. Yeah, Monobrak has higher electric boats. That's on the other end. I've not actually explored that end of the canal. I've done parts of it. There's 2 basins. I forgot what they're called now, which I've been to. I go to quite often with the kids. Where are we? Malpass. But yeah, these 2 basins I go to regularly with the kids, where we have a sandwich because it's so cheap. But then that's about as far up as I've gone, and they're right on the southern end of it. One bit is pretty much on the end, and one bit is just on one of the old junctions. Collaboration with other YouTube channels. I would love to do more work with Paul Whitewick. We speak all the time, but his channel's kind of taken a bit of a different route, so I'm not too sure whether that will happen again. I'd love for it to, but I'm not too sure. There are a few things that I might do with someone. I was put in touch with, I've forgotten his name. One guy, anyway, who's a fairly big YouTuber. And we spoke about doing stuff, but it's just finding the right stuff for him. I've also spoke to who else have I spoke to? Martin Zero up in Manchester. He's done quite a bit on the Manchester Bolton and Bury Canal, but he does a lot of like hidden stuff. So hopefully with him next year, maybe. I've also a wobbly runner. I've covered bits with Chesterfield, and I expect I see him on other videos as well. But I'm always up for stuff. if anybody wants to do anything, then yeah, I'd love meeting people and chatting to people. So there's also Narrowboat Capricious, which is, I met him walking on the Monty when I did my it was back in the summer when I did my video on all the works and that up there. And yeah, so maybe bump into him again next year. He's going to go to some shows, but actual collaborations I'm not too sure about now. What coverage plans have you for 2025? I have kind of discussed this before on this earlier on, but I'll go again more when questions come in. Definitely more on Chesterfield, definitely more on the Lichfield. Cromford should have quite a bit happening next year. Wilson Bucks has got loads happening, so there's going to be more on that. Cotswolds is going to have loads happening. Hereford and Gloucester should have a bit happening next year. They've got another little bit in water and they're planning for some more, so that might happen. I would like to get on the Wendover and finish the Wendover, but I don't really know what's going on with the Wendover. They've been on a stoppage for a while. I don't think they've got permission to work again, and that's been going on for about 1.5 years now. I know they had some issues with some pollutants in the channel there, and I'm not really sure what's going on. Way and Aaron, I want to cover a large chunk of that, and maybe some more, like I said, around Manchester and Liverpool. So Manchester, Bolton, and Bury. Finish the Stockport, do the other part of the Stockport arm, and then Lancaster as well. And then try and squeeze some stuff in the middle of that. Maybe do some more on the Grantham. But the Grantham has been a very unlucky canal for me, so I'm a bit nervous about going back. Lovely people, they've been really helpful, but I crashed my drone there. I nearly, I went for a walk on the Grantham, and I took a bottle of water with me. Now, normally when you're walking along canals, you find little cafes and pubs and all sorts of stuff all the way, and little shops and stuff. So I thought a bottle of water. I had another bottle in my car, and I thought, no, I'll just carry one. It's awkward with my pack. My pack is it's only really got like one space for a water bottle on there. You can't really put them anywhere else. So it was 16 miles I walked that day, and it was a lot hotter than expected. It was like 28 degrees, and I ran out of water quite quickly and felt a bit rough on the way back. There was a place open, and I only had a little bit more walking to do. I spoke to someone, and they said, "Oh, there's like a little caravan thing that does like cream teas and drinks and stuff over there." So I walked to the end of the canal and came back, and it had gone. I got a bit further down, and yeah, it was. Sorry, I was just reading the comment. I got a bit further down, and I was struggling. I had to keep sitting down. I managed to find a pub about 1 mile up the road, and I went there and I had to get a taxi back to my car. I felt better on the way back, and I jumped back out and did the rest of the video. But it was, yeah. What else happened on the Grantham? I got bit by a horsefly, and my leg swelled up like I've never had before. I turned up for a meeting, and the person hadn't been told about the meeting, and they didn't have a clue. Then I crashed my drone anyway, so it didn't matter. Something else happened on there as well. I can't remember, but I would like to go back there anyway. Be Here Now YouTube channel, visited Sankey Brook. I don't know that channel. Be Here Now. Sounds a bit Oasis to me. Yeah, it comes up with Oasis actually. Okay, I'll have a look at that channel. Oh, I am subscribed. But yeah, I'll have a look. So the Sankey is one I actually want to get on as well, actually. There's some quite interesting bits there. There's the oldest passenger railway, crosses the oldest canal, 1.9 arches viaduct. That's debatable because people have different interpretations of the first canal, but it'd be quite cool to visit that. Yeah. So what's this guy done then? Oh, it seems to be a lot of Manchester stuff, which Be Here Now kind of makes sense as well. I'm an Oasis fan. I'm gutted I didn't get tickets. Yeah, I'll look at that. Any more questions? We've got about 25 minutes till the video goes live. So just a reminder on the winners: Ashley Lane 4617, Jodel DK, Giuseppe, well done again. Tom Tomic Mick or something like Paul Kent 7400 as well. So, any more questions? Again, thank you, Paul Menton, for that donation. Then, very much appreciated. You've done loads for me before, so one of the reasons the channel keeps going. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, wildlife corridors. Thank you. So, canal restoration now won't happen without the wildlife corridors, and a lot of the trusts are starting to cotton onto that, thankfully. So funding has changed, especially with the cost of living. It's not so easy to get funding anymore. So the way to get funding is for environmental work, and part of that environmental work is putting these canal channels. And I get the channel for the canal going through, and I talk about this all the time. So I'm glad it's actually appreciated. It's so good for biodiversity. When you have clumps on an abandoned canal, you'll have like little bits of water, and then it'd be dry and then bits of water. When you connect those together, all those species breed with each other, and you create a much better genetics and stuff. So it's not just the plant life and saving the environment, planting trees and bushes and foods and all that lot. It's everything else that goes along with it as well. Again, Lichfield, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for what you do. I couldn't make my videos without trust like yours and all the work you do. So thank you so much. All right, any more questions before I press the end button? I do apologise if I speak quickly as well. I try and slow it down for my videos, but I naturally speak quickly. My dad used to moan as a kid all the time. Great, it is great timing. How can I help? QA Library, another regular commenter on my videos. Also, I have a members area as well, going back to sort of supporting the channel. So I've changed how I do the members area. I used to have, it's 4 or 5 different tiers: rowboat, narrowboat, wide beam, and trow, I think it is. It used to be different things had different things that you got for signing up. But now I do, everyone gets the same thing. You choose how much you want to donate. So it's a monthly thing. You get to my members area. And as the membership grows, I will do this for members only, where we can have a bit more of an impersonal chat as well. How much have the canal network has been lost over the years? I actually don't know that figure. It's over 2,000 miles of canal and river trust now. I would say it's probably more than that lost. If you look at some of the big canals like the Wilson Parks, Cotswolds, that's a lot. I could probably find it out. I'm not too sure. I mean, like Birmingham's, it's got more canals than Venice. And if you actually put Birmingham into a map, I use I use multiple different maps, but one of the main maps I use is Rail Map Online. And Rail Map Online, you've got the I can't show you it, but you've got the you can collect and have all the old routes and the new routes on there as well. If you look into Birmingham, if you zoom into Birmingham, Birmingham was full of little wharfs and offshoots and little tiny branches and stuff like that as well. So I'd love to know that figure, actually, how much of Birmingham network has been lost. I bet you it's more than most of the national networks in a lot of countries. Obviously, our network was Industrial Revolution, and it's expanded out. So we probably have the better network, because by the time it got to Europe, they were onto railways. So we do have a lot of canals, or we had a lot of canals in this country compared to a lot of other places. Countries like America have canals, but they were kind of just direct routes between places. There wasn't all these branches off and canals everywhere. So I wouldn't mind to go to Venice. I've got a wedding in Slovakia in February, which I'm thinking about driving over to. And if I do drive, then I might do some stop-offs, so do some stuff in France and maybe Germany, and then back up to go Italy and stuff. So I wouldn't mind to visit there. And I've also got a wedding in Czechia. My kid's godmother and godfather are getting married. She's Czech. So I think I'm going to have to fly to that, but I might be able to take some equipment and have a look over there as well. Any more questions? Been 40 minutes now, so I've oh, hang on, I can phone my friend, not sure if he has a spare room. No, it's all right. I actually prefer staying in I always get offered rooms. The problem is, if you see me when I'm out filming, I've got extension leads, and I've got multiple plugs, and it's just a mess. And then I'm researching as well. Normally when I'm making a video, I'm still researching right to the last minute. So yeah, I don't like staying with people. It's so much easier just to be in a room and have my own space. Yeah, but thank you very much for the idea. Anyway, great to see you, Lichfield Huffington Canal Restoration Trust. Thank you for coming in. More videos coming from them very soon. I went to the Hafford for the first time in the week. I was coming back from Stafford, and it's just down the road. So, but yeah, I'm going to end this here. Oh, hang on. A lot of boat are avoided BCN because of bust locks and teenage travel rubbish in the canal. Yeah, so it's better than it was. So I remember going on a canal boat holiday with my dad when I was 7 or 8, and we went through Birmingham and like where Gas Street Basin is and stuff now, and there were condoms and stuff floating past, and it was full of rubbish, full of stuff. And it cleaned up a lot, and there are areas now where it is looking dirty again, and part of that is due to funding. So on all my videos in the description, I've got a Fund Britain's Waterways petition that you need to sign, and go on their website and check them out. They are trying to get more funding for the network, and I'm hoping the Labour government will look at that as well. When I was on, last New Year's Day, I went to Digbeth, and that I didn't see any boats on it, and all the locks are full of rubbish, washed down, as well as all graffiti everywhere. So yeah, it is bad in places. You don't find it a lot on the rest of the network, but certainly in the cities. I don't do a lot in the cities. I tend to stay out, and like the cities I do cover, like Lichfield, it's on the outskirts, so it's all pretty clean what they've got there, and they maintain it as well. But BCN can be a bit dirty at times, yeah, unfortunately. There are actual pages on Facebook. There's a group that I can't find Facebook on there now. There's a group, BCN cleanup group, basically. Have a look for them, and every year they go out and they do stuff, especially around Christmas and New Year. They do big cleanups and they take a boat out. They're always posting stuff, so that's one worth following if you want to help out with that. Really, they could always do it with more people. Thanks to the WRG groups. So you've got KESCO, KESCRG, and then the WRG groups. They're all part of IWA, which is Inland Waterways Association. They are the ones that go and do the big jobs. I've got a few friends within them who let me know what's going on. So I do get to a lot of stuff either during or just after where they've done a lot of work. So thank you. They go all across the country. They don't get paid for it. And they stay away for sometimes like a week at a time. And they just do these major projects. Lock building and bridge building and stuff, and I know where they're going next year. Not all of it's been announced, so I can't really say too much on that now. So I know some of the places they're going to anyway. There's not been a comment for a little while, so I think that's a good time to end the stream. So thank you so much for all your support. I hope you all have an amazing Christmas. I hope the Fat Man brings you whatever you desire, and have a great New Year as well. And I will be back on in a second to answer any questions in the video. So if you've got any more questions, my video, which is it full yet, which is on the Wilkes and Barks at Swindon, and a section that I covered a while ago, is going to be live in 15 minutes, and I will be giving away some memberships. So please do have a look on that. And yeah, you might get free membership as well. Cool. Yeah, Merry Christmas, QA Library. Thank you for all your comments. And yourself, Ian, Nicole, thank you very much. Merry Christmas. Right. Have a great evening and enjoy the video. Bye.